Thank you for the opportunity to be here and the chance to talk here. I will start, Charles, with answering your question. Until everybody uses Siemens fingerprint. 5 words, right? I will come back to that. I'm standing in here for Michael Moore, who is in the program that he should do it because I'm a little bit presenting his baby. He's responsible for sales, more for Parcel and Express and Courier, and I'm more we are sharing the responsibility towards the customers. I'm more for the Postal and Parcel for the Post. And he has been successful in selling this kind of technology that I will present to different customers. I think most of you are aware that Siemens is well known for being, I say, market leader in automation, in sorting machines and hub automation, and sorting machines from small letter sorting machines to private posts, to big, huge parcels and parcel automations like the UPS Cologne hub that we have outside the video, which is sorting 140,000 parcels an hour in the night, I think something like that. So we are doing all sizes, and if you look at automation systems, I am sure we are a market leader from the installed base point of view, if you look at this complete fleet of machines. So that I think we are known for. What is not that known is that we are also doing the hub IT, Parcel Hub IT solutions, which I think we are also successful in, and I would like to increase the awareness of you and in the market that we are doing that also. The parcel business is growing. It's good for all of us, of course. For the industry, we have talked about that today, but it's also gives some problems. The volumes increasing, giving increased mail volume in existing or parcel volume in existing structures. So it has to work on a higher speed all the time. It has a grown infrastructure, most of you, or most of Post and Keps, it's grown from the point of view of time. It has been installed during time, different age of the systems, and from different vendors and heterogeneous IT systems. So it is a grown system and not homogeneous. The complexity is increasing when the volumes increase. The number of working places is increasing. Also, the flexibility has to be higher. So that is increasing complexity. And then the customer need and the competition we all have, or you all have, by as late cut-off time as possible, still keeping the quality to deliver on time, is also increasing the peak load on the systems. Therefore, you really need to be able to run the systems. It's not only a matter of investing in hardware and sorting machines and conveyors, it's also a matter of running them on the highest performance all the time. If you do not have an IT overall, monitoring and controlling this, it looks like the upper picture. It's like driving on a motorway. If everybody is driving the same speed, no problem. If you are on a motorway and somebody is getting into trouble and brakes and give gas, then you run into trouble and you have a big queue on the motorway. So it's similar. And in the lowest part of the picture, you have a control so that all different logistic processes are synchronized, and you can do that with IT. And then you run on highest possible speed with the highest possible load. Why can it get to a queue on the motorway? Why is it possible? What parameters influence this? You have deviation in arrival time, of course. Not everything is coming as you planned it. Do you have deviation in the mix? Very important for the sorting process, what the mix is: heavy parcels, light parcels, big parcels, small parcels. So that they are varying all the time. The staff and the quality of staff is varying, and the equipment, even if I deliver equipment, sometimes they also break. So the availability of equipment is also very crucial. So those have all to be monitored very closely to have the optimum throughput and performance. As I said, we are known for the sorting system, that we know everything about the lower layer, like in and out in the sorting hubs, the transport of it, the unloading from the trucks into a sorting hub, the sorting itself, the loading, that we know over everything about those processes, and that we are delivering such systems. I think that's known to everybody. And we have also, which is less known, very skilled and very good references on control IT, I would call it, a hub IT level. So we are lucky enough, and I think best positioned from everybody to have the knowledge and the skills and the references and the experience of both things, the logistics and the IT. Now I will go into the different modules a little bit deeper. First, we have the dock and yard management. The dock and yard is management IT system is managing the yard, the trucks on the yard, that they are on the right place, that the swap bodies are at the right gate. You might know that there are several such in the market. The difference with ours is that it is communicating with the production. So if production knows what is coming in a truck or a swap body to which gate, then you can optimize the sorting. And the other way around, if you know what is in the truck and swap body, you can send it to the correct gate to have the optimized production speed. So talking the last bullet there, that the interface to the production planning from the dock and yard is I think our competitive advantage, that we have knowledge about both, and so that there are systems that are talking to each other. Next one is the sorting control, and this is where we have been very successful with different customers. This is where we solve the grown heterogeneous equipment position that many have. Sorting systems from different vendors, machines from different vendors, sorting control, machine control from different vendors, and putting in this layer. We have done that for a few customers. That is also where Michael Moore has been very successful. We can talk about that in between four eyes discussions. I cannot mention any references here and now. That we then deliver such IT layer to the hub worldwide to some customers without, also when the systems have not been delivered from us, also when the hubs have not been delivered from us. So they get, the customers thereby get the freedom to have any optimized equipment in the hub from any supplier and have the competition there, and still they have a homogeneous IT level introduced worldwide, and therefore they can have the surrounding IT systems with interfaces that are standardized, even if they have different vendors in the hubs. The next one is the reading and coding. And that's the one where I started with the answer on your question, Charles. We have invented what we call fingerprint, which is using only the image of the item to re-recognize it. It can do it without any kind of barcode or RFID or anything. We just use the image. We have started to doing that for flats, for big letters, because they are difficult to barcode if they are plastic. So that was what the first thing we did at German Post. And the second, we have then continued to develop that to parcels. So we can recognize a parcel on the image on any side. We can re-recognize it. And the day it's used international, we can have international track and trace, international traffic, international exchange of sorting process without having any barcode between the operators. That subject is a long presentation of itself, so I will stop that now. We can talk about it more in detail if anybody is interested. Then, of course, we have dynamic weighing, measuring volume, and OCR and address reading. With the dimensioning and volume measuring, we can also do a 3D reconstruction of the item, meaning that we can then also have a quality check if they have been destroyed somewhere in the process. So at every process step where we do this check with the 3D reconstruction, we can check if it has been destroyed. I think it's a good feature. Some customers tell me they don't want that, because if customers get aware that they can control where it was destroyed, they will have a problem with the customers. Maybe that's something we can discuss also a little bit more, because I think it's a great technology. Then we of course have the video coding in an open system for addresses and things that have to be coded that have not been read automatically. That is open, so it can be video coded anywhere and any time. And also with web coding, that is what we are meaning with open. And the last module on that level is the operational support. We have to also monitor the more manual processes. The automated processes are easier to monitor, but the manual processes like vehicle control, like forklifts, like manual containerization, putting stuff in a ULD or in a container or in a roll container, has also to be monitored and controlled so that you know the process also there. So that is done by this module. Above this, we have two modules. We have the hub information system, which is visualizing the system, is checking the performance at the moment and at that moment and visualizing it. So you can have an operational and production control on the system. It's checking it against different thresholds and KPIs. And of course, it's alarming if something goes wrong. So you can have a reaction if something goes wrong or if you have an exceptional situation. And the last module is the production planning and control. Production control. In the planning system, that's the planning phase of it. You are planning, using that for planning the production, planning your staffing, planning with how many machines shall run, at what speed they shall run. You can run parcel sorters on different speeds sometimes to save some energy, avoid bottlenecks and capacities, and then check that towards the KPIs that will meet planning, what you should meet with dispatch time and delivery quality. The control part of that module is then rule and order-based controlling the production, meaning that that module knows what item should go to which machine when, and then controlling that part of the production. And it's also monitoring the order fulfillment. If you get an order from one customer, it's monitoring that and checking that it has gone through the production and that order is fulfilled and when it has been fulfilled. So those are the modules. Then in between that, we have what we call the process integration platform, PIP. It is off-the-shelf technology. So it's an off-the-shelf IT system that we have customized for our modules, but it still has the open interfaces, so that you can use other docking yard, other reading and coding systems also, and then use this PIP in between. And you see that it is, now you don't see that on that image. On my image, I can see that it is an arrow to the right, meaning that it can also connect to other systems. It can also connect to legal systems, to SAP systems, to everything else, which is not what we are focusing on. We are focusing on the production IT and the operational IT in the hub. And we can connect to other systems also, of course. That is done by that module, and we are collecting that module also that system also includes the data store, so all the data is stored there in an operational data store. It can be used then for other systems. Also, that can be used for network control. That is the next level of IT that we also have, which is not part of this presentation, where you optimize not only a hub, the production in one sorting center, you also optimize a complete network where you can have a flexibility in between the different sorting hubs and decide on volumes, where shall they be sorted, how deeply shall they be sorted, and all those things. So I'm already at the conclusion. Higher network efficiency and productivity through standardization and transport planning, standardized transport planning and control process. It can dynamically, it's important, flexibility is important, adjust flows and resources, immediate detect exceptional situation to react on if something doesn't work, and last but not least, I said it already, implement this on different various equipment types from different vendors. So I think that is the second strength we have. The one strength is that we know both worlds, the IT world and the logistic processes, and the second is that our system can connect to any kind of equipment, and that is also the success story which we have with different suppliers at the moment, and why they are going with us in this kind of systems. With doing this, we reduce the cost, and reducing costs can give you more volume, and more volume can give you higher revenues and higher profit, of course. If that was too many details for some of you, then please remember one thing, that is that we are not only delivering machines, we are also delivering the IT above that on the hub level. And we can either talk about it outside, again, more in detail. I also have my Erhard Hess is sitting over there. He's our IT expert on this, so he can go into much more detail if needed. Or please tell your colleagues that are more responsible for this than maybe you are, and they are free to contact us or welcome, or we would like them to contact us, of course. So, thank you very much.